for fuck's sakes, Trudeau was caught lying again. Stay tuned. Hope you like my new intro. So essentially, Trudeau put out a tweet yesterday in regards to Russia shutting down CBC broadcasting. So let me just read it. So part of what he said was, quote, "Journalists must be able to work safely, free of censorship, intimidation, and interference. That is something Canadians will always stand up for." Okay, so let's talk about the censorship part. I'm going to play a video here in a second. I've already put it on my channel, but I'm going to play a small little clip, and essentially it says exactly that. So here it is.
Because we paid them $600 million.
So with that clip, afterwards he says, you don't get stellar headlines like this without greasing a few wheels. I mean, right there, that's free from censorship and interference. Let's just say that. Now, intimidation, there was a reporter a few months ago that wrote a piece for an article for a news agency that she worked for, and when it was released, it was changed. And she was like, "Why was it changed?" "Oh, we can't write that." And people were like, "Oh, maybe they called up the station and was just like, 'Oh, we're gonna come after your family and children and all that stuff.'" But that's not actually how it works. That's not what the reporter said. The reporter said, essentially, if you write something that slams the government, essentially they call you and say, "I didn't realize that you had an issue with being part of the press gallery. So we can take you out of there." That's what happens. So that's intimidation. That's intimidation for them to say what's going on. Plus, they got $600 million fucking dollars. Now let's talk about Russia taking CBC out. Russia takes CBC out because of propaganda. More than likely, they see it as propaganda. What did we do in March? The CRTC in March went and took RT, which is Russia Today, and said, we cannot allow any... They essentially said that having RT on there was harmful and it was propaganda, and so it had to be removed. So essentially, CRTC makes a ruling that it's not mandatory to put it up there. So all of these broadcasters, like Shaw, Rogers, etc., they remove that station. That's censorship. That is taking away from people from hearing a different opinion. Just throwing it out there.